Dead Rising 2, is it good? Yep. In Dead Rising 2, you play as Chuck Green. He's an ex-motocross rider who currently takes part in a zombie-killing reality TV show, Terror is Reality. He gets framed for an outbreak in the casino town of Fortune City and has 72 hours to clear his name and find out who's behind it. Firstly, Fortune City is massive and definitely my favourite location in the franchise so far. From its shops to casinos to underground railway systems, there's so much to see and do. Unfortunately, there was no way I could see everything, as like the previous two games, it has a countdown timer that never stops. This means I always had to go as fast as I could to get from A to B. Luckily, all your stats carry over to a second playthrough, so I'll be taking my time when I go back. There's a few nice mini games, such as golf, a rodeo bull, cash grabbing, and slot machines to play on. I didn't spend a massive amount of time on these, as they were fine for just a few minutes of fun. Poker, on the other hand, I could have played for much longer, if not for the clock counting down, making me feel like I was wasting my precious time. Just like the previous two entries, weapons are a big part of this game, and being able to combine weapons together was amazing. There was so many combinations. You can turn the mundane into the unbelievable, like combining a torch with gems. The result, you get a powerful lightsaber. Using all the weapons against zombies feels great, and it's so much fun to take down hordes of enemies. Unfortunately, despite this being a zombie game, yet again, like the original entry in the series, you are forced to fight humans throughout nearly all the main and side quests. This was terrible, as yet again, fighting humans is still awful. They were hit sponges, and also the controls are nowhere near good enough, thus I never felt in control or able to avoid their incoming shots. Most fights were just run in, hit them a few times, run out, heal up if required, and repeat. Seeing as I've done this in two other Dead Rising games, it's getting frustrating, as the game could have been so much more. You do eventually get a dodge/roll button, but I got it after 10 hours of playing, which is ridiculous for a game that took 18 hours to complete. The story was fine, it kept me engaged, and I actually loved Chuck as a character. I'm not the biggest fan of cheese, but Chuck was always on hand with a cheesy one-liner, which were always amusing. The game has multiplayer where you can play different game modes, but it was hard to find 3 other players to play them. This was quite annoying, as you can earn cash that can be spent in-game. This would have made purchasing some of the more pricey items a little easier. Graphically, the game is fine. It definitely looks like an up-resed PS3 game, but the image was clear and the frame rate is smooth, which is all that really matters. I had a big audio issue throughout my playthrough. Unfortunately, the game's left-to-right audio balance was far too left-heavy, meaning the spatial audio was completely off. This was very frustrating, as I'm a big lover of 3D audio, and I find it very immersion-breaking anytime it's not near perfect. Also, the soundtracks for different shops and areas would abruptly stop and start when walking in and out of them, rather than fading in and out, which was also annoying. That was Dead Rising 2, and I give it a 6 out of 10.